science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, looking at how those disciplines in their sort of boxes in schools has really led to this effect of thinking of these things as all separate ideas. And if you're doing science, you're not doing math. But in the STEAM course, we help students see that actually all of these 5 disciplines have similar approaches to problem solving, and that we really can't tackle the world's biggest and most pressing problems without using ideas and without using skills from each of the disciplines. This course is labeled a math course because of the overall focus on problem solving. So they need to spend some time really understanding what a problem is and what sub-problems are involved, and how this interconnectedness between this cause and this effect, and who does it impact, and what is the real problem. So if we say there's a problem with flooding in Evanston, well, what does that mean? Does it mean sewers are overflowing? Does it mean there's too much rain? Does it mean there's not enough infrastructure? So what really is the problem is at the heart of the skills we do.
We get to innovate, we get to take real world problems and like do something about it.
My group decided to focus on safety in Evanston, and so that meant we had to do extensive research on what our definition of safety is, like all different facets of violence that we can sort of help. We had to set up a meeting with the chief of police. We went to go talk to him. We went all around the city gathering data and stuff like that. So yeah, that's probably the most challenging part.
So the STEAM Design Thinking and Innovation class came about because as we were looking at lots of different programs at Northwestern that were innovating and thinking across disciplines and thinking about how to prepare students to solve complex problems, we wanted to create something similar at the high school level. When we look at really innovative companies like your Apple and your Google, they are changing the way that they hire, the kind of folks that they want on their team.
I'm very interested in environmental sciences, environmental studies, and all the economic and social aspects of it, because they're in the environmental field. It's always changing and always evolving. And after taking this class now, I am more open to all of the possibilities that are within that field. Maybe without it, or outside of it, maybe I won't go into environmental, who really knows, and that's okay. Because within STEAM, all of the different disciplines, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, they're always interacting, and so no matter what I choose or whatever I happen upon, it's just a label of what it's called. It's just environmental sciences, but really it's everything all together. So I think I will always be thinking about how things that in our mind that we've separated actually come together and work together to just make life progress, and how we solve problems, and that it's just everything is connected.
It's also like learning again how to play. A lot of times when you're a little kid, you are unafraid to fail. You're unafraid to play around with things and see if they work and see if they don't work, and adapt as needed. And you unlearn that as you get older. And so a lot of the kids relearn that in this class.
If you want the satisfaction of getting something right, that's not really something you get in STEAM. It's there's a lot of failure, but it's kind of in a good way.
We also find in the STEAM class that students as seniors really lack the skills to collaborate on a really deep, authentic, and long-term level. Most of them report that in previous classes they've had to cooperate and do group projects, but those group projects are pretty surface and they're ultimately very short-term. And in STEAM, students collaborate for weeks or months at a time. And in that process, they get past the superficial and into sort of deep level collaboration where there's internal conflict, and how do we disagree but move a project forward, and what happens when we don't have consensus, and actually that it's okay if we don't have consensus. We can take different approaches to problem solving.
So I'm like an introvert, if that's what you call it. So I don't really like, if it's like big groups, I don't really like to talk. So now it's like I'm more so vocal, like I guess we want to say. I'll like throw my ideas out there every once in a while. Won't be so shy, so it's helped me to branch out, I guess.
I've always been the kind of person who's like, if there's you can do a group project by yourself, I would do it by myself, because I thought I had the best ideas and I trusted myself to do everything right. But I think that you cannot do that in STEAM. You are forced to work with other people, and it really opened my mind up to the sort of ideas you can have when you work with other people. I think I'm really into the collaboration thing now in a way that I really wasn't before.
In the end, you are a group and you are all in this together, and that you guys being enemies is not going to help you guys get a great outcome in the end, because even though you two might not work together, you know, in other situations, you guys can make it work in this class. That's one of the things that I like about this class, is like, even if you don't have people that you really like you can make something amazing.
We don't actually do a lot of what is known as computational procedural math. We don't do trigonometry, we don't set up systems of equations, we don't draw a lot of triangles and label the angles, but we focus instead on the more softer skills in problem solving that are really required. Resilience. What do I do when a problem is hard and I don't know what to do, but I need to keep working on it? How do I listen to the work of another person and offer them feedback in a way that is helpful to their problem solving process? How do I take my results and apply my results to another similar problem for a similar group of people? That's the math that we do.